General inspection requirements. Repair of non-compliant conditions. The steam locomotive owner or operator shall repair the steam locomotive that complies with the conditions, shall approve that any such repairs may be made and place the locomotive into the service. Management of movement complying with steam locomotives. General limitations on the movement of the steam locomotive within one of the compliant conditions may be moved if the light steam locomotive or steam locomotive is in tow, except for as provided by the B in this section. The car essential to the movement of the steam locomotive tendered, including tool cars, bunker cars, and may accompany light movements. Condition of the movement. Prior to the movement of the steam locomotive, owner or operator shall determine the safe of the mode. Locomotive determine the maximum speed. Other restrictions necessary to safe conducting the movement. Notifying writing the engine charge of the defective steam locomotive if towed, and engineering charge of the towing locomotive consists, as well as all other crew members in the cab and the present non-compliant steam locomotive maximum speed. Other movement restrictions. In addition, with the tag bearing words, the non-compliant locomotive shall be securely attached to the defective steam locomotive and shall contain the following information: steam locomotive number, the name, inspection entity, the inspection location and date, the nature of the defect, the movements and restriction, if any, the designation and the signature person making the determinations required by this paragraph in B. Yard movements not complying with a steam locomotive may be light or dead within the yard speed. It is not exceed 10 miles per hour without meeting the requirements of the paragraph B. The speed census section of the solely purpose of the requirements. Locomotive owner operator responsible for ensuring that movement of the safely made. Non-compliant conditions developed in the route. Locomotive owner or the operator may continue steam locomotive that develops non-compliant conditions en route and using next daily inspection nearest forward point where the restrictions begin to the incompliance can be made, whether it is early before continuing en route. The steam locomotive owner or operator shall determine that it is safe to move that steam locomotive, determining the maximum speed and the other restrictions necessary for safe conducting in the movement, notifying the writing in the engineers charging defective steam locomotive if towed, and the engineer charge of the towing system steam locomotive and consists, as well as the crew members in cabs and presence of non-compliant steam locomotive maximum speed, other non-movement and restrictions. Special notice for the repair. Nothing in sections authorize the movement of the steam locomotive is subject to the special notice of the repairs unless the movement is made for the accordance of the restriction contained in the special notice. 230.13 Daily inspection. An individual competent to conduct the inspection shall inspect each steam locomotive and tender each of the day after that effort to determine the safe, suitable surface. The daily inspection should conduct and complete all sections of this part. Daily inspection reported and filed in the individual component that conducts the inspection. See Appendix A and B of this part. Pre-departure and the beginning of each of the day of the steam locomotive is used. An individual component to do shall, together with the daily inspection required in the paragraph A of the section, inspects the steam locomotive and tender in the prudency to ensure that the safety suitable for the service may paying special attention to the following items: the water gauge, glass and gauge cocks, the boiler feed water delivery systems such as injectors, feed water pumps, and air compressor governors, and the air braking system. Inspection reports. The result of daily inspection shall be entered in the FRA form of the C Appendix C of this part, which shall contain the minimum name of the railroad, initial numbers of the steam locomotive, place and date and time, and inspection signature of the employee making the inspection, description of the non-compliant conditions closed in the inspection conditions of non-compliance during the date of the rapidly, and signature of the person repairing non-conforming conditions. The report shall be if even no comply conditions are detected. Competent individual shall sign the report certifying that all non-compliant conditions were repaired before the steam locomotive is operated. If the report shall be filed, retained in at least 92 days the location designation by the steam locomotive owner or operator. 230.14 31-day inspection. The general individual component to conduct the inspection shall perform a 31 service day inspection after the steam locomotive has occurred. 31 service days. This inspection shall consist of 31 special service days in inspection and all daily inspection. Item C, Appendix A for this part day the service counted, recorded, readily available inspection request for the Federal Railroad Inspector. Federal Railroad notification. The Federal Railroad Administration regional administrator other than delegates may be required the steam locomotive owner or operator to provide the FRA with a timely notification before the performing a 31-day inspection. The regional administrator or the delegate indicates the desire to present a 31-day inspection of the steam locomotive owner, and the operator shall provide them on scheduled location of the inspection. Once schedule. The inspection is performed at the time and the place is specified, unless the regional administrator, the steam locomotive owner, and operator mutually agree to reschedule. The regional administrator requests an inspection to be performed on another date. The steam locomotive owner and operator of the regional administrator are unable to agree with the date of the scheduling. Inspection may be performed in schedule. C. Filing inspection report. Within 90 days of conducting 31 service days inspection, the steam locomotive operator shall file with it for his steam locomotive inspected for the recorded and inspection form for FRA form number 1 in the place where the steam locomotive is maintained. The Federal Railroad regional administrator for that region for the report of the annual inspection. The FRA number 3 is filled. The FRA form number 1 does not be held until the next 31 service days inspection. See Appendix B of this part. The 92 service day inspection. A general individual competent to conduct the inspection shall perform a 92 service day inspection. The inspection occurred in 92 service day. The inspection shall include all daily 31 service days and all service day inspections. Item C, Appendix A, for the device of the service and contained recorded readily available in the inspection request of the FRA inspector. Filing inspection reports within 10 days conducting the 92 service days with the steam locomotive owner operator shall file for each system steam inspector to report of the inspection for FRA form number 1, the place locomotive maintained, and the FRA regional administrator of the region, whether the report of the annual FRA number 3 is filed with the FRA form number 1 does not have to be filed until the next 92 service days inspection. See Appendix C of this part. 23016 annual inspection. An individual competent to conduct the inspection shall perform the annual inspection in 368 calendar days has elapsed at the time previous to the annual inspection. The inspection shall include the daily 31 service days, 92 service day annual inspection system. Item C, Appendix B of this part. Fifth annual inspection. Individual components shall perform a flexible stable cap inspection in accordance with 23041 at the fifth annual inspection. The FRA notification of FRA regional administration shall provide the written notice at least 1 month prior to the annual inspection shall be afforded at the opportunity to present. The regional administrator or the delegated indicates the desire of the president of the steam locomotive owner, and the operator will provide the scheduled date of the location for the inspection, or scheduled inspection must be performed at the time and place specified by the regional administrator and the steam locomotive owner and or operator mutually agree to reschedule. The regional administrator requests the inspection performed to be another date of the steam locomotive owner or operator. If the regional administrator are unable to agree on a date of rescheduling, the inspection may be performed as scheduled. Filing inspection. Within 10 days of completing the annual inspection, the steam locomotive owner and operator shall file with the force for each system locomotive is inspected for the report inspection of the FRA form number 3, the place where the steam locomotive is maintained. The FRA regional administrator for the region. See Appendix A of this part. Through 3017, one of the 1,172 service days inspection generally may be any steam locomotive is initial but in service brought out of the requirements after every 1472 service days of the 15 years, whichever is earlier. Individual components and conduct inspection shall inspect each of the boiler, the entire boiler, in case the new locomotive being brought to the other retirement initial 15-year period shall begin with the date of the locomotive is placed in service the 365 calendar day after the first flue tube is installed. The locomotive includes whichever comes first of 1,472 days in service inspection shall include all annual fifth annual inspection requirements, all any items required by the steam locomotive operator, FRA inspector at the time of the locomotive operator shall complete, update, and verify the locomotive specification card. The FRA form number 4 to reflect the condition of the boiling at the time of the inspection. See Appendix A and B of this part. This filing section reports the 30-day completion of the 1,472 service days inspection. Steam locomotive owner operator shall, for each steam locomotive inspected file place a steam locomotive is maintained for the FRA regional administrator for the region will report of the inspection. The FRA form number 3 and completed FRA form number 4. See the appendix part 4. Recording requirements.